This next series is going to be called Hard Truths About Avoidance. So if you want to stay Delulu, don't watch this series. But if you really do want to hear some hard truths so you can start healing, listen up. Truth number one. As a fearful avoidant myself who has been activated in my avoidant side a time or two, I can tell you with 100% certainty that when you are dealing with an avoidant in your life who has gotten to the point where they are so activated that they are leaving the relationship, asking for space, pulling away, ghosting, whatever it might look like, they 100% absolutely do not want to hear from you. And don't come for me. Don't shoot the messenger. I am just telling you the hard truth. They do not want to fucking hear from you. This isn't fair. You don't deserve it, but it is reality. They absolutely don't want to hear from you because when they are activated into this state, this is a nervous system reaction that they are having in their body, and they literally can't help it that they are feeling that way. No, it's not right. No, it's not fair. No, you don't deserve it. But it is happening. And when they get to that point, they feel so fucking overwhelmed. Their threat level is so high that they just want to get the fuck away from you. And it's not because they hate you, and they won't feel this way about you forever. But at this moment, their stress is so much that it's causing like a mass negative feeling inside their body. And when you text and when you call, when you email, when you send them gifts, when you send them flowers, when you send them love letters, when you try to poke and pry and get answers and try to have deep conversations, all that's doing is pushing them so fucking far away from you, and it's reinforcing to them that you are exactly the person they perceive you to be. Because here's the thing about avoidance. Because they are so hyper independent, they have never had to depend on anybody. They won't, because that is their protective measure. They have survived in this world by doing it themselves, always on their own. They don't depend on people. They don't ask for help. So when you start emotionally depending on them in the relationship and they start to notice that, they start to get the ick. They start to lose respect for you. And I know that sounds really bad, but they just do. They can't help it. They view someone emotionally depending on another person as very weak-minded behavior. Okay. So in the relationship, when they see that you are emotionally depending on them and that they're not meeting your needs, they start to lose respect for you because even though they're not leaving, they look at you and think, why aren't they leaving? Why aren't they leaving me? They should be leaving me. I'm not meeting their needs. Like, don't they have any self-respect? Or that you poke and pry and prod and try to force the relationship to work and try to talk to them and all these things. It's just building that activation inside of them. And then it just erupts and they end up being the one to leave because you're not doing it, right? So after they leave, when you continue to emotionally depend on them and try to get answers and try to text and reach out and all these things, it just reinforces to them like, yep, this person is really clingy. This person is really this or that. I've seen it get to the point where avoidants have threatened restraining orders on the anxious person simply for just reaching out. Like the anxious person wasn't even doing anything. They weren't like stalking them or anything. They were just like sending an email or, whatever. And the avoidant gets to the point where like, if they have asked you not to contact them and you continue contacting them, that feels like a massive threat to them. And really, you do need to respect people's boundaries, even if you don't like them. If someone tells you not to contact them, do not contact them. Do not. Doing no contact will not only pleasantly surprise them because they won't be expecting you to act like that. They'll be expecting you to stay clingy, right? So when you actually do go no contact, that will pleasantly surprise them and eventually make them wonder about you at a certain point. But it's also good for you because then you can actually heal. Okay? You need to observe where your mind is trying to fight reality. This is the reality. The avoidant left. It's not a good reality. We don't like it. We hate it. We don't want to face it. It hurts, but it is reality. It just is. And we don't have control over other people. So that's hard truth number one.